In the news this week, the government is consulting on a highly permissive new abortion law for Northern Ireland. A Stonewall co-founder accuses the group of shutting down debate on transgenderism. And the Department for Education says schools must consult parents on LGBT teaching. Hello. The government has launched a consultation on a highly permissive abortion law in Northern Ireland, going far beyond the laws in the rest of the UK. It proposes unrestricted abortion up to 12 or 14 weeks, and abortions could be permissible for social reasons up to 24 weeks. The consultation suggests abortions for unborn babies deemed to have disabilities should be allowed up to birth. And the proposals would also remove the requirement for 2 doctors to approve an abortion and may allow any other registered healthcare professional to perform an abortion. The Christian Institute's Northern Ireland officer Callum Webster urged Christians to make their opposition known.
Well, the proposals outlined in the public consultation are extreme in what is proposed in legalising abortion here in Northern Ireland. It has disregard for the sanctity of human life. Our unborn neighbours will be subject to a liberal abortion regime. This is deeply concerning. When the legislation was voted on at Westminster, it was voted on by MPs on the mainland, and the Northern Ireland members of the public did not have any say. But now that this public consultation has been launched, members of the public have opportunity to raise their concerns, and we must do so on behalf of the unborn child.
A co-founder of Stonewall has criticised the organisation for placing radical transgender policies ahead of women's rights and safety. Simon Fanshawe says he will not support a law that defies biology and defies the history and importance of women's only spaces. He also accused the lobby group of trying to shut down debate on transgender issues. If the detransitioners are telling their stories now, do you really want to be responsible for kids in 20 years' time who went through a medical process that they may regret? I don't think so. We're doing something profoundly wrong here, and we've got to get it right. Trans activists are increasingly attempting to silence those who disagree with them. Lindsay McCarthy-Calvert was a spokeswoman for birth coach charity Doula UK and says she was ostracised at work after posting on Facebook that only women can give birth. After 20 trans activists complained, Doula removed her from her role and investigated her for 4 months before she eventually quit. She said, "I am angry and sad. I was effectively ostracised for saying, I am a woman and so are my clients." And finally, the Department for Education has stressed the importance of schools consulting parents over the teaching of LGBT issues in primary schools. It was responding to comments by the head of the Equality and Human Rights Commission, who said that parents should not be consulted. The DFE said schools must consult parents about relationships education. Engagement between parents and schools plays a key role in the education of children. It allows everyone to understand what is being taught and why, and develops a shared set of values. The Christian Institute's Education Officer John Denning welcomed the DFE's statement.
Parents are ultimately responsible for how their children are brought up and how they're educated, not the state. So it's right that the Department for Education is insisting that schools consult on these matters. And that also helps the schools to fulfil their legal duty to provide relationships education which is appropriate to the religious background of pupils. The fact is, there are some schools which do push particular viewpoints, and that's not appropriate, and consultation helps to guard against that.
Well, that's all for this week. For regular updates and information on all of our stories, plus much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.